Series Bowls on ABC Sport, and a big and final welcome to you to the Warrila Bowls Club for the final of the World Cup singles for the men. And it's the final that everyone was hoping for. What a match in prospect this is. It's Jeremy Henry of Ireland up against Australia's Commonwealth Games gold medalist Kelvin Kerkow. Ian Schubacker's with me, and Shuey, I think this is potentially one of the best matches we could hope to see.
Oh, Steve, it couldn't be better than the two semi-finals. I mean, they were a brilliant exhibition of bowls. Kerkow wasn't at his best then, but today, as you mentioned, it's the final everyone wanted.
Would you back either man on this particular surface?
Yes, I'd back both of them. I think it's an even money bet. Kerkow, he's one of the top-ranked players in the world. Jeremy Henry, he's won the World Outdoor Singles about 6 years ago. Great match today.
Drew Morfitt's looking forward to it as well. He joins Ian in commentary for the final.
Thanks, Steve, and a big crowd here to watch this men's final. Jeremy Henry has the mat, the Irishman, against Kelvin Kerkow. And Eric Johannes, once again, is our marker, who has been the marker during all our televised events at the World Cup. Here's big Jeremy. And I mean big. His exhibition of bowling in the semi-final against Billy Melloys, the Scot, was just something to behold. One of the finest televised bowls matches ever. Their group around the jack was just phenomenal. So he's in terrific form, but so is Kelvin Kerkow. The opening bowl was something to beat, and Kelvin beats it.
Rush is the outdoor club where Jeremy plays. His indoor club is Ballymoney. Just north of Belfast.
Very close. Put down.
Good call from the marker there, Eric Johannes. Said to Kerkow, you're very close. I think you are one down. Players like to know. Don't mind the marker being wrong.
Oh, is this what we're in for? Just couldn't promote his bowl. That's unusual for him. Commonwealth Games gold medalist from the Melbourne Commonwealth Games last year, Kelvin Kerkow. Famous for taking his shirt off and being chaired around the rink after he won the gold.
He ripped it off, Drew, and the shot bowl goes clean out for three. What a conversion. He was very fortunate there, Kerkow. Got the absolute dream result. Jeremy Henry, the big man, he's three down. Super shot. I think he may have cut the damage to one.
Just one, mate, or two?
Two, according to Eric. Well, looks like we'll give the Australian two. Kelvin Kerkow has been given, or has kept the mat, and he's gone for a short end.
Yes, Drew, he's repeating his tactic in the semi-final where Kelvin are going away from the club, had the mat back in short ends. But Ian Marion from Guernsey on 9-6-8-4. Jeremy tried a long end on the opening end of this final. It's a massive change of weight, going from a 33-metre length to this is about 24.5, maybe 25 metres.
Beautiful to watch. Hard to get at the jack going either way now.
Jeremy has a very heavily biased bowl. There's a lot more turn on Jeremy's bowl. They come from further out than Kelvin. Watch the swoop on the bowl now. Had the line perfect.
First shot's my last ball. Eric.
Another foot.
'Kerkow trying to add a foot of weight, and he's dropped a couple. Holding 3. Down to 1 up.
Gee, you're right, that looked like hanging out for a long time, and it finished up going sideways at the end.
The bias kicks in just as the bowl starts to slow, Drew, and look, it almost comes at 90 degrees at the death. Look at the angle of the bowl. And that's the advantage of having a wider drawing bowl. It's a lot easier to draw around short bowls. So Kelvin Kerkow has 3 seconds, so he'll be playing just over draw weight to rest that green bowl out, making contact with about half a metre to a metre of running. It looks to be under the line, but he does have a short bowl on the run-in. 2 rolls for the shot. Absolute perfect weight, because that was plan B. If Kerkow contacted that solid, which he did, he knew he couldn't afford to hit it with more than a metre or 2 of running. Almost impossible for Jeremy to get this shot. He tried to turn Kerkow's bowl out, but he's got to be very, very careful not to be too heavy. Can ill afford to flick his nearest bowl away from the jack.
He might have the shot bowled or the jack. Oh,
he's made 3 shots, Drew. What a bowl from the Irishman.
Three shots to Jeremy Henry of Ireland. And if that is a taste of what we're about to get in this final, stand by.
Oh, look pretty good.
Well, they started off retaining the mat. Now they're giving it away as fast as they can.
Yes, well, that's an indication that Jeremy's happy to play either length, long or short. And I think Kelvin would be happy to go back to the shorter range. This is 2.5 metres over minimum, 25.5 metre length rolled. Absolutely nailed the jack with the opening bowl and falls directly in front. Jeremy be thinking, why did I give the mat away? Checking the television monitor there to see if there's a gap between. Some players of this class may be thinking, will I drive now and flick it, hit it hard now, or should I build 1 or 2 close bowls and then attack? Conventional tactics, hit 2 seconds and then convert. Be happy with that. Springing the jack a metre back. Amazing for such a big man, Jeremy. He's got such terrific touch.
Put him in the front row.
Kerkow pulls the switch onto the backhand.
Indoor pairs, Commonwealth Games, couple of silver medals, 2002 and 2006. So a great record for a bloke 33 years of age.
Number 3 coming in for Kelvin Kerkow. Not happy at all, Kerkow. Like he's such a perfectionist these days. Well, Jeremy might open the head up here. I think he's going to wind up for a powerhouse drive. No, he's playing. He switches to the backhand. There's a wall of bowls coming in. He would never miss that target with weight, but sneaking around Kerkow's bowl. Oh,
if he gets past, this is a miracle shot. Oh, not quite.
It's worth the risk. Holding 1, opportunity to make 4. And he's going for it. He's got the plant, the 2 red bowls. He could give the shot away. Onto the jack. No damage, no change.
Solid.
Now this shot is fraught with danger. I'm not sure what Jeremy, if he plays weight here, the biggest danger, if he feathers that bowl, his own bowl goes clean out. And if he runs through the gap and hits nothing else, Jeremy goes 4 down. At the moment, he's 1 down, and I think it's a good result, 1 down for Jeremy Henry. He's just spotted the danger on the backhand and said, oh, just practice a draw shot and go 1 down. No way he can get the shot on the forehand. Good tactics. I think it's only 1. Maybe 2.
I'm voting for 2.
2.
Kerkow wants 2. He's got it.
So Kelvin Kerkow goes to the lead with those 2. It's 5-4 in the opening set.
We're looking at Kelvin Kerkow's technique. Gets the bowl away very smoothly, Kelvin Kerkow. Well balanced at the point of release.
Kerkow has given away the mat again to Jeremy Henry. 7th end of 9. 6-4 the Australian. And Henry's bowl with a run at the jack. Brilliant opener.
Both players now electing to give the mat away, preferring to play last. I think the sets play was brought in for a couple of reasons, Drew. It's obviously shorter games, but really I think Rob Warrila from Australia was one that was just killing so many ends in major tournaments that this rule of no dead ends was brought in to respot the jack when it's propelled off the ring, which tactically makes it a little bit difficult at times because you always need to be aware of how many bowls you have at the back of the rink. wasn't happy with that opening bowl on the forehand, so he thought, I think I can get closer on the backhand.
What, the first one missed by, what, 4 inches?
That wasn't the reason. He just couldn't get to the jack clean on the forehand. What a brilliant switch. This end is not looking good. It's early days, but not looking good for Kerkow. Well, that's second shot. Might be still 2 to Jeremy Henry. It's fascinating that Kerkow will ask now, 1 or 2 down.
Really close, Kelvin.
Very close, but no opinion. Fascinating that Kerkow knows that if he could win this end, he's almost home. Jeremy Henry also knows that, and look at the quality of Jeremy's 2 bowls. Pretty upset with himself, Kerkow. He's talking to himself every time he doesn't play a perfect bowl. Looking at the grips, fingers more closely together underneath the bowl from Jeremy, whereas Kelvin's wrist is a lot more relaxed. Notice the fingers underneath the bowl. Kerkow's more behind. Totally different setup. What Jeremy will try for here, Drew, is to sit on the Kerkow bowl behind the jack. Believe it or not, the top players visualise this, and as this bowl comes near the head, and he'll visualise falling back onto the shot bowl, hope it falls down, and he's definitely 3. Beautiful attempt. Another shake of the head from Kerkow.
Take 1-8.
Yep.
1 so far.
Umpire. Umpire.
My favourite.
These are the calipers. You'll be very careful not to move the bowl or jack.
You'd err on the side of moving the bowl, wouldn't you? Because it won't move as much.
Yeah. So it was just 1.
Oh, what a match we have here. It is 6-5 to Kerkow after 7 ends.
Ian Marion from Guernsey, who played Kelvin Kerkow in the semi-final.
Lost at 9-6, 8-4, but had a fantastic tournament.
Shortest end of the match. This is just marginally over the 23-metre markers on the side of the rink. Force. Well, he's driving first up. Sweaty palm. Maybe movement in the crowd. When you draw shots require a light grip. The drives a heavy grip on the bowl. It's a nice firm grip. So a drive first up. Brave tactic.
Unusual, isn't it?
Well, he must feel he can hit it, Drew. Out she goes. What a drive. Excellent accuracy.
It was going to be hard to beat trying to outdraw it.
Well, Jeremy knows he must win this end. That's the reason he drove early. And see, Kerkow, he hasn't put it back. It's a great bowl, but the big man from Ballymoney after a full-blooded drive to come back to a delicate draw shot. Very, very easy to be overweight. Got the shot. This is dangerous. Kerkow staying on the forehand, must avoid his first bowl.
Just like that.
That's the shot, but
One good measure.
still available. Both players would feel heart and mind that they could beat those 3 bowls up there 23 metres away. Missed the line. They have to pull the switch now, surely, Kerkow, to the backhand side. He's got to be a little bit careful, though, not to be narrow. He can ill afford to slice the jack. So he'll just try to beat the bowl there at 3 o'clock to the jack. Well, that, I don't believe, is another shot. Gee, the expression suggests a drive.
It stays the same. Kerkow will lead by 2 with 1 end to play.
There is a gap for the shot bowl clean, but he's also considering the whole 3 of them going. He got everything but the shot bowl.
So status quo. There'll be 1 to Kelvin Kerkow. And it is indeed a 2-shot lead with 1 end to play in the first set.
Just looking at Jeremy, this is not the drive, this is the forehand draw shot. The weight goes almost straight down the line and the arm goes in a different direction. They've got a very big frame, Jeremy, and needs to get that right hip out of the way.
9th and final end of the opening set. Henry needs 2 shots to draw, 3 to win.
If we do have a tied set, whichever player wins the second set will win the title. Unless that is tied, and then we'll have a tiebreaker. Fairly long end, mat up 2 metres, 30 metres away from the mat. The jack has been rolled.
That's how we've reached 7-5 to the Australian. Henry, a good opening bowl. Kerkow's reply is even better.
Kerkow started with a double in the first end of this final. Then he lost the lead in the second end. Regained the lead on the 5th end. And has just held it the last 3 ends. So very important here for Jeremy. He hasn't passed the jack, and the plant is onto the jack. You see the angle of the 2 bowls. So that does not favour the Irishman at the moment. He'll have to be thinking conversion weight already. Kerkow would know that. He'll try to trail the jack away or sit this bowl right on the line. But the plant is on. Jeremy might come down and have a look at this. It's a big end. What a shot from Kelvin Kerkow. He's just working on the monitor, and it's going to be a drive. He's going to try to... Not Not sure whether he'll go for the shot bowl. Like he might go for the 2 bowls alongside the jack. Come off. Oh, yeah, he was after the 2 red bowls. It was a great attempt. Gee, that was a great attempt. You could see that the 2 bowls were slightly in front of the shot bowl, and he's looking for the inside edge of 1 red bowl onto the shot bowl. And that's good enough for the first set. There's no way Kerkow will drop 2 from... oh, gee, that's just not fair. They're both touches. That is not fair. Jeremy gives Kelvin a slight smirk and say, well, that's not bad, buddy. There's only one remote opportunity, and Jeremy knows what it is. He's got to play about 4 metres of weight, feather the front bowl, come off that and get that ball out. It's hard enough on a billiard table with a cue in your hand, but from 30 metres away to get a 1/16 of an inch contact on one bowl is very, very difficult indeed.
Missed him. That is the first set gone.
Kerkow will not play his last bowl.
And that is the first set, 9-5 to Kelvin Kerkow. Well, we saw a variety of shots in that first set. Most of the drives came from Jeremy Henry, but it was the close drawing of this man that put him under so much pressure. And look at that 3 red bowls count. Well, those first 2 are unfair, and this last one in the 9th end was just the nail that really drove it home. World Cup men's singles final at Warrila. Australia going for the double, men's and women's, after Judy Nardella.
Such a quick player, Kelvin Kerkow. He's on the mat ready to bowl almost before his opponent's bowl stops rolling.
He's in a good zone.
Yeah, he's gone to another level in the last few years, Drew. Since that Commonwealth Games gold medal in the singles. Well, here goes Jeremy with weight again. So we've gone from finesse drawing to powerful running, driving, and quite a few misses in the last couple of ends. His self-belief, Kelvin Kerkow, I think is as high as any player in the world at present. And a very good effective rate. He's actually slightly trailing Jeremy, but leading on the scoreboard. Tucked the jack out of sight. He won't be happy with that. He wanted solid contact on either jack or bowl. Sliced the jack out in the open, holding 2. And we'll probably end up 1 down when this bowl comes to rest.
Doesn't want to hit that bowl.
Well, he needed the inside edge, Drew, not the outside. So he just... the luck is not with the big Irishman. Kerkow also looking for the inside edge. Flush contact.
Change of hand for Henry.
He's lucky, really, Jeremy, to be so close, Drew. You know, he's leading 1-0 in the second set, but Kerkow is playing the better bowls, but he's asked the question.
Thank you for 2.
I've got 2 for sure.
That's not what he said. He said he fancied him for 2.
Yes, Kelvin.
Just dropped that bowl a little on the delivery. Dropped it pretty well. Well, maybe 1 in, 1 out.
Didn't want to move the jack, did he? It is 3, yes. Well, Jeremy Henry has gone for a drive early quite often. This time it was later in an end. Bang, bowls going everywhere. And he just hasn't had a lot of luck. Got those 2 bowls, but missed the shot bowl. He's been in good solid training for this for the fortnight while he's been in Australia. Built himself up beautifully for the task at hand.
Can be a sign of frustration when a player starts driving so much, Drew, and he's had quite a few drives and several misses.
This is the pressure that Kelvin Kerkow is putting on with a close one to start most ends.
Well, that's right. Sooner or later, your nerves almost crack and you think, oh, I'll just release the tension and have a drive. So important tactically if you start driving and have a few misses that you go back to the draw shot.
There's Judy Nardella, who won the women's singles in a fantastic result over Lorna Trigwell, the South African. So Australia going for the double with Kelvin Kerkow. But he walked away and didn't even watch the end of that.
He raised that one from the memory bank, Drew. Portrush is the outdoor club. Ballymoney, the indoor.
Kerkow's bowled a hard one to beat, but it's beaten. Is that short too? It's a repeat of the other one.
Yeah, that's just a total lapse in concentration. Kerkow leading 3-1. Jeremy back on song with his draw shots, and he'd like to just rest on his previous bowl and just sort of tighten the head up a little bit, fall directly in front of the jack. Must be very careful here, Kelvin. He'd like to get the shot, but cannot really afford to lose this bowl out of the head. Jeremy could look for the Kerkow bowl, and very well, Kerkow's turned his back. But that's
3 in a row.
3 in a row, which he just... Now, can Henry get to the second shot with weight? He's looking for it.
2/3. Only one.
Well, if he's only got 1/3, the tactic is just a draw shot only.
I think he was just happy with one. Funny bowls in that end. One shot to Jeremy Henry. Kerkow might have to forget that previous end, where he bowled 3 bowls in a row. He just about, they were so short that he turned his back on them.
Yeah, I think, Drew, he's just so relaxed in this final. He almost fell asleep. Oh, it looks like Jeremy's going to drive again. I'm just controlled weight, not a flat-out drive, and I don't think this is a good tactic at all. I just said earlier that, you know, if you have a few drives and a few misses, you've got to then hold your nerve, come back and start drawing shots. The reason you don't continue to drive if you're missing is that you lose the feel for weight in your draw shots. So it's very important for Jeremy to try to outdraw Kerkow. Now you can have a full-blooded drive, Jeremy. Smack that red bowl on the left of the jack and somebody in the grandstand might catch the jack. So this time will be, no, just controlled weight. It's got 1 bowl. Best possible result, that, for Kerkow.
It's okay. Okay? That's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, no, I think it's okay, mate. No, it's in.
There's a Jeremy Henry bowl right at the back of the rink, and Eric Johannes was about to pick it up, and both the players said, no, it's on the line. The rink peg on the bank there, the white peg indicates the edge of the rink.
Show me where the dot is down there, Eric. Is that bowl jack high to the dot, or...?
2 balls.
Kerkow, this is real cat and mouse. I don't think Kerkow's trying to draw to the spot. If the shot bowl's hit, the jack goes off the rink, it'll be re-spotted 1.5 metres in, 2 metres from the ditch. And there's the spot.
On the spot, yeah. Who's got the spot? Kelvin?
There's the spot.
Mine? Yours.
And Jeremy, according to Eric Johannes, says the green bowl is going to be the shot if the jack ends up on the spot. So Jeremy perhaps will have a drive, try to propel the jack off the rink. Well, he's got it off the rink. What an extraordinary end of bowls. I've had 3 shots from Henry. They've all been drives. Yep. And he's going to end up with a shot here. 1 bowl each to be played.
There were 2 spots there. That was...
Yeah. The reason they have 2, sorry, Drew, I picked the wrong one. The reason they have 2, in case there's a bowl on one of the spots, then the jack goes on the other. This is the spot that's level with the tee, 2 metres from the ditch. And Jeremy Henry is still 1 down. Will he have a drive? Maybe see 4 drives. Tactically, it's a draw shot. But the big man from Belly Money is winding up with weight for the 4th time in a row. He's got the shot.
Well, practice makes perfect.
Just a little raise of the eyebrows to Kerkow. Say, yep, I'll take 1.
Well, I hope you agree, but nothing's ever dull with the Irishman. It's real second set.
Oh, that's the right one.
Short end here.
Yes, 24 metres. Oh, resting toucher, Kerkow. And maybe a 5th drive in a row coming up.
There's Lorna Trigwell, who lost the final, and there's the girl who beat her. It was a match between the 2 blondies.
5 in a row for the Irishman, and his first miss. Kerkow is running for the spot. This is a deliberate attempt to draw to the spot at the back of the rink.
And look, he
He's drawn a
can't
toucher.
see the spot.
He's drawn a toucher.
He's just about put it
Almost.
right on. That is incredible. I mean, I can understand bowling to a jack, but when you can't see that spot from the other end.
Yeah, but he knows it's 2 metres from the ditch, 1.5 metres away from the centre line. And he's all... Oh. Now, I think this is silly tactics. This is really silly. He's got nothing to gain. Best result would clip the bowl off and not move the jack, maybe, but silly. I just think that's 6... is it 6 in a row?
Yep.
6 drives in a row. The reason I'm saying it's silly is because you just can lose the feel for your draw shot. Now Kerkow will probably draw maybe a metre behind the jack. And now we'll see sanity prevail and the Irishman will draw a shot on the backhand.
Maybe.
No, he would not be. He's not a world-class player for nothing, Drew. He knows what he should be doing. But after 6 drives, can he hold this bowl back? Inside edge? No. Still 2 down.
He might have forgotten that he came out for the World Cup. Thought he'd come out for the Grand Prix.
Kerkow now trying to cover and count. Metre behind on the forehand wing. Now, tactically, Jeremy Henry must dead draw. Second shot would be a good result.
Currently stands at 3-all second set.
Could trail the jack or rest the bowl.
And what result does he get? He's turned Kerkow over for shot.
What a brilliant shot from Jeremy Henry.
Well, we saw 8 bowls at that end. Probably about 8 different bowls. We saw everything. Start of the 6th end, 4-3 to Jeremy Henry. Kelvin Kerkow took the first set, 9-5.
Irishman's on a roll here, Drew. He's 3 ends in a row. Kerkow's peppering the jack, but hasn't been able to score on the last 3 ends.
That's right, he's been getting touches and resting bowls.
Here we go for another drive. Surely not. Wow. He's putting on a show for the spectators. Jeremy Henry, swing and a miss.
Now, you've convinced me that indoor bowls is usually about drawing, and that the drive is not the go.
Well,
indoors.
it saves you shots, Drew. You draw for dough, you drive for show. Use a cliche, and Kerkow now just touched this jack out of sight. No. He's got to sooner or later get back on the draw, but guess what? The tactic's working.
Look at those effectives. Dead level.
Get out. That's just too good. We might see a drive now.
2 or 3? All right.
If it's 2 down, he'll drive. If it's 3 down, he'll play the conversion shot.
2.
2, so that suggests a drive. 2 red bowls are 30 centimetres apart. Flush contact on the front one. The other one will go. The jack is also available.
He's primed for this drive. He's been rehearsing this for the last 10 minutes.
Okay, it's just 1 down now. Kerkow's bowls, they've got plenty of bruises on them after this final. They've been thumped and hit and smacked around like you wouldn't believe. And Kerkow, well, he's short again.
Jeremy asked again, just with a hand signal rather than words.
Like just the one, Jeremy.
Yeah, well, it's too dangerous to drive now because Jeremy only has one bowl in 4. So he's only one down. And the way he's playing, you wouldn't back against him drawing this.
Yep. Run it out. Well, this is really entertaining. Kerkow gets 1 and levels it at 4-all in the second set.
One of the most entertaining matches we've seen in a long time. Jeremy Henry providing plenty of action, and Kerkow with precision. Accurate draw shots. Henry with powerful drives and accurate running shots. And Kerkow, he's just in love with the jack.
Yes, his opening bowl has just put so much pressure on the Irishman. Around Kerkow's bowl, in there for shot. Why is he messing with all those drives?
Well, he's releasing a good aerobic exercise, Drew. You mentioned he's been in heavy training here at this event. I think trouble is, I think some of that training's been held at night. You know, I'm not sure it's quite appropriate. He's got a big reputation, the man from Ireland.
Well, I believe it was the exchange rate, and he thought they were giving away beers in Australia.
Oh, happy hour, mate. He was, you know. That's number 2. Kelvin Kerkow said he was drinking twice as much as normal, Jeremy, because that way he could save more money.
More he drank, more he saved.
He just won't let up, Kerkow, will he?
Oh, gee, he is relentless.
Super stuff from the man from South Tweed Heads. Jeremy now will play a conversion shot on the backhand, look to have solid contact on the Kerkow shot bowl with about 1 metre or 2 of running. Looks to be too wide at that with that weight. Jeez, it's been one of the quickest games. There's no time wasting whatsoever from either player.
Which is handy when you've got to catch a plane. Oh, look at Kelvin Kerkow. Wonderful to watch. 2 shots for the Australian and a 6-4 lead. Eighth end, 6-4 to Kelvin Kerkow. He's already a set-up.
2 shots, Drew, to Kerkow on this end. They'll be shaking hands and Kerkow will be the World Cup champion. Jeremy Henry must win the second set. A tie is no good. So Kerkow, if he's 4 ahead with 1 to play, that's enough.
Good opener from the visitor. He'll get this. Even rolled the green ball back.
Drew Morfitt, not only an expert sports commentator, he's a psychic. It's one of the most consistent exhibitions of top-class play we've seen, Drew, from Kerkow. He just has not let up. Jeremy's thrown everything at Kelvin. He just has always been one or two shots behind. Kerkow led 6-5 after 7 ends in the first set. Now he's leading 6-4. Kerkow knows that he only needs 2 shots to prevent this match going to a 9th end, but he'd be just very happy with the 1. This is a very good shot here for Jeremy. 1 down, 2 seconds, backhand with 3 metres of weight. Oh, he's got more than 3 metres. He does not want movement of the jack. Looking for Kerkow's bowl without the jack.
No.
Just too big a weight. Poor choice of weight. And now Jeremy's walking to the head and he'll realise he's in bigger trouble now, especially if Kelvin draws this. Just 1.
Just flopped over, but still probably just 1.
Yeah, close for the second, Drew. It's bowl has fallen nearer to the jack. Problem for Jeremy is that Kelvin's got 1 to play. I think it is only 1 to Kerkow. There's really only 1 shot on. It's a backhand conversion. Looking at the rings, it is certainly close for the second. I think you play backhand 3 metres, look for that bowl and stay. Tough shot. He does not want movement of the jack. He's playing big weight. Well, he could lose the match with this bowl. He could lose the match. Well, Kerkow now. Well, Kerkow could drive the bowl out for the match.
Well,
he's asked.
Who's lying shot here?
Eric Johannes favours the Kerkow bowl. In which case, Kelvin just needs to draw another shot. And the match is over. The only other shot. Well, Eric Johannes, he might be right. It's very close. Even Jeremy's come in for a quick look. He may consider driving the Jeremy Henry bowl out of the head. It's nowhere near the jack. Maybe the last bowl of the final.
Looks to us like Kelvin's lying 1. If he makes it 2, he wins. This for the World Cup. Shake hands and congratulate the winner. Oh, yes, Kelvin.
Kelvin knows it's a measure, but he thinks he's got the title.
We'll wait for the measure to decide the World Cup winner. He getting ready? Shake hands. Kelvin Kerkow is the World Cup champion, defeating Jeremy Henry of Ireland 9-5, 8-4. And a very entertaining game of bowls. With the stakes so high, the entertainment value was through the roof. Well, Kelvin Kelvin Kerkow does it for Australia in a very entertaining final. Kelvin, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Absolute over the moon, really. Obviously, I've been concentrating on the indoor circuit, and to come and win in Australia, I guess the World Cup singles is fantastic and just tops off Commonwealth Games gold last year, so fantastic.
When you told us this morning that you reckon you're bowling the best in your life, I found that hard to believe. You won a Commonwealth Games gold only, 16 months ago, but those draw shots today.
Yeah, you know, like I said, I felt that I could improve on the semi-final, and even in the final, it probably still wasn't my best game, I felt, but I did put the pressure on Jeremy, and first bowl in singles, if you can put the pressure on your opposition, you normally get away with it, so it's pretty much what I've done.
That sets you up pretty well for indoors for the rest of the year?
Yeah, you know, it gives me a bit of confidence, and obviously off to the UK later in the year, and you know, look, I really enjoy playing on the carpet, and that's what my main goal is at the moment, and obviously I'll be going for a world indoor singles next year.
Beautiful. And with Judy Nardella winning the women's, a double for Australia. Well done.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic for Judy. First time in the big time, I guess. And absolutely, she was over the moon, and so she should be. So fantastic, the double. Go Aussie.
We hope you enjoyed the men's final from the World Cup at Warrila and look forward to your company again soon on Super Series Bowls.
A Place to Think continues Wednesday on ABC2. Retrace the extraordinary wartime journey of a young couple and their courageous attempt to reach Australia. Mike and Stefani was made in the 1940s, and the story is still as relevant today.
How can the people escape from war?
Separation, loneliness and chaos. A couple's relentless struggle for a better life in a new country. Moving History continues Wednesday, ABC2 and online.
Good evening, Jessica Shack updating ABC.